Most filmmakers don't start in Hollywood. They start in their bedroom, rewatching Star Wars for the 100th time. And that's not an accident, because beneath the lightsabers and space battles, Star Wars is one of the best crash courses in visual storytelling ever made, and it teaches lessons that no film school can replicate. Welcome to Kybercore. From world building to iconic characters to some of the best cinematography we've seen on the big screen, the Star Wars galaxy has it all. Since George Lucas released A New Hope, the film industry has learnt from this franchise more than any other, and film student or not, you can too. The original trilogy is a masterclass in show, don't tell. George Lucas, for all his quirks, understood how to use composition, music, and pacing to tell you everything you needed without dialogue. We learn who Darth Vader is in the first 10 seconds he's on screen, not because someone explains it, but because of the blocking, the silence, and the reactions of everyone around him. Then take Luke Skywalker, standing under Tatooine's twin suns. No dialogue, just music, lighting, and a wide shot that captures his longing for something greater. We see another example in the prequels with Show, Don't Tell, in the relationship between Padme and Anakin as she thinks of him during the war in Revenge of the Sith. Her worry and heartbreak are never spoken, only seen. The emotion is in the framing, the silence, and of course, John Williams' music. Star Wars always used visual cues to communicate character and emotion. From Anakin's shadow foreshadowing Darth Vader, to the way Rey's isolation is framed wide and distant in The Force Awakens. You don't need an expensive film class to learn these lessons, you just need to watch Star Wars with a filmmaker's eye. World building isn't just about lore or backstory, it's about how the world feels through production design, colour, sound, and context. The scuffed droids, rusted ships, cluttered hangars makes the galaxy feel lived in. Think of Mos Eisley in A New Hope. The grime, the clutter, the diverse aliens, you instantly know this is a lawless, bustling place. No one says it, you just see it. Or Coruscant in the prequels. Pristine, towering, cold. The heart of a decaying republic. That's storytelling through design. Even Naboo, with its blend of natural beauty and architecture, tells us about its people, peaceful and artistic. George Lucas and his team created worlds that functioned like characters. Every environment in Star Wars feels deliberate, informed by political structures, cultural history, and visual contrast. This is what great filmmakers do. They create spaces that influence the story. Now there's a reason every Star Wars fan knows the classic wipe transition, and they're not just stylistic. They shift tone and time like a comic panel, moving the audience's mood, not just the story. Most filmmakers avoid them. Star Wars owned them. The original trilogy relied on static, theatrical shots. The prequels brought in sweeping digital motion and new angles. And the sequels, for all their flaws, returned to handheld energy and depth of field for emotional immediacy. The point is, every era of Star Wars says something with its cinematography, and each style teaches you how to move a camera with intention, not just to look cool, but to serve the story. Want to learn the power of low angles? Just look at how Vader is shot. The cinematography and its editing in Star Wars isn't flashy, it's emotional. When Luke flies through the trench run, the quick cuts amplify tension, but notice how the pace changes when Vader locks on. Every cut, transition, and shot was chosen with precision and purpose. The next lesson? Pacing. And Star Wars teaches this instinctively. The best moments let the tension breathe, like when Luke removes Vader's mask, or the eerie silence before the Duel of the Fates begins, or the long, slow build of tension in Rogue One, before Vader's saber ignites in his iconic hallway scene. Not every moment is filled with dialogue or action. Some of the best scenes are built on pause, silence, and restraint. Modern films often rush. Star Wars, when at its best, knows when to slow down. And that's a lesson many filmmakers don't learn until they've made mistakes. And these moments in film don't exist, however, without characters. And Star Wars doesn't just give us cool characters, it gives us arcs that evolve with purpose. Anakin's descent into Darth Vader is one of cinema's most tragic slow burns. Luke's transformation from naive farm boy to Jedi Master is textbook hero's journey. Even Finn's arc, from Stormtrooper to Rebel, is one of the most interesting concepts, despite how many felt his story should have gone. These characters change. They doubt themselves, they make mistakes, and that growth is shown visually, through costume changes, lighting, posture, and relationships. Aspiring filmmakers can learn more about character development from Anakin and Luke than from any screenwriting textbook. And then there's sound design. Star Wars understands the power of silence. In the throne room, notice when the score drops out. The sound of lightsabers becomes intimate, emotional. Ben Burtt's sound design, from the hum of the saber to the scream of the TIE fighters, is iconic because it feels real in a world completely unreal. Every generation of filmmakers has been inspired by Star Wars, and not because of budget or IP. It's because Star Wars rewards attention to detail. It teaches that story is told in light, sound, silence, and rhythm. It reminds us that filmmaking is design, not just direction. Star Wars didn't just change cinema, it trained a generation of storytellers. You don't need film school to learn filmmaking. You might just need to watch Star Wars more closely. If you love discussions about the why behind Star Wars, subscribe to Kybercore.